Okay, wait. Very simple stream tonight. Won't be talking too much. Just watching me doodle. Making a new YouTube banner. So, I don't know, thought I'd stream it, show you guys, cause I don't know what you guys are into nowadays. I'm weird. So, I don't know. If you wanna watch, there you go. Uh, okay, there we go. Now it's working. I think it already was, but whatever. Let me attempt to get this set up. There we go. I can start now. We're gonna pull up a picture of my humanoid OC because I legit, what the hell? Oh god, that's a copyright strike right there. Fun. I feel very ashamed to say this, but I might have forgot what he looked like. Okay. I don't know if people are watching this. I've got one monitor, but if someone is, I think I'll stream the new dandyworld update tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe not. don't know if it's search for anyone else. Yeah, it was good, Mr. Cheeseburger. We are. Currently doodling a new banner for my YouTube. I thought I'd stream it because I have not drawn in a while. I need more content too, so. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, my bad, dude. I'm sorry. I didn't even know. You know, don't know if you heard me earlier though, but I'm making a new banner for my YouTube. So, you know, oh, my bad. Thank you for telling me. No point. This server is dead too. I mean, I could. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Hope your day's going good so far. Hope your day's going good so far, by the way. Time for the palette part. Because this part could either be the best or the worst part, in my opinion. I'll do shading later. Actually, yeah, okay, I like that. Very surprising. But the program I use to animate and draw is Paint 3D, an outdated Microsoft thing. I already drew the new character. Good for you, Mr. Jonathan. But, yeah, anyways, I use an outdated software because I'm way too lazy to learn a new thing, so. Yeah. You might be thinking, oh, well, why not just use a proper, because I use, like, video, I doubt anyone's ever heard of this program called VideoPad. Very incredibly underrated. I don't think anyone's ever heard of it. If you have, thank you, but no, I don't think anyone has. Normally it is paid for, but I have a pirated version, which I use that to animate my stuff in. So, that's fun. Meaning, if someone ever stops, it's an online code. So, if someone stops paying for that code, there's no content from me for a while. Or at least on my YouTube. So, that's why I gotta be very careful. Hoping to God the person does not, like, stop paying for it. It's been going on for 4 years now. The person paying for the code. So, that's pretty good, at least, I think. I used to draw Windows XP too. Then I upgraded, obviously. Very weird times, though. I never went back to XP ever again, by the way. Please, please, please. Yay! I don't have to do any more bullshit. Boom, 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 boom. Someone asked me a few days ago what inspired my OC. Because when I originally made my OC, people were like, oh, what's he inspired by? I'm not checking my disc. Hold on. Here, I'll answer this with my thing off. I see what you tried to do, Mr. Jonathan. Anyways, so what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, my character. People are like, hey, what's it inspired by, right? And my OC, or my humanoid one at least, right? He is, that's what my parents said too. No, I meant my humanoid one, like this one right here. Oh, what I'm actually drawing currently. Someone asked me, like, hey, what's he inspired by? Surprisingly, he's inspired by Doey the Dough Man from Poppy Play. Like, you can kind of see it too, like, the dough things. Like, he looks like he's made of Play-Doh, kind of. Not really, no. I got a text from someone, like this person right here. JJ Bidwell, man. He said, would I rather watch a tree grow or something else grow? And I'm not gonna say it because I would not like to get canceled today. No, sir. I'm not that stupid, but I am stupid, so. In 5 minutes, I will get canceled. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. You guys should cancel me on Twitter. Okay, wait, that's like way too okay. Oh, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-ba-da-dum. I'm planning on stream. I probably already said this, but I don't think you could hear me because I didn't turn the volume down. I do plan on streaming Dandy's World update tomorrow. I might not. Most likely I will. But if you... I don't have Twitter because I don't want to deal with the... Bro, I have... Oh, what the hell just popped up on my... I don't have Twitter because I don't want to deal with it. Bro, I haven't used Twitter in like a year. Bro, I know like people like Donald Trump are on that shit. So, I obviously don't... I think it's actually linked on my... I can check. I think it's... No, it's not. Okay. I normally use Tumblr now. Oh, God. Uh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this. Anyways, so I haven't, I use Tumblr. It's kind of like the art Twitter. People, it looks like Twitter, but it's for like mainly art people who do art. So not for like, it's not for like drama and shit. I didn't even know about the URL stuff. I don't go on Twitter, so, yeah. I was about to say thank you for telling me, but now I feel depressed. I shouldn't have known that. You know what? Yeah. I should exist. Or something. I don't know. I don't know why people even say, like, men shouldn't exist. Like, didn't a dude create you, technically? People who say that without a dude, they wouldn't be there at that point. I'm actually just going to stop talking about that because I would have accidentally swerved my conversation onto something else. So, I'm just going to end that right there. Horses in the back, people are slag. There's something off about this. Oh, I see it. I'm stupid. So, kind of off topic, but kind of on topic from earlier. There, I think all of us here know who Think Noodles is, right? He recently, not really recently, but he posted a 9-hour video of him just playing Poppy Playtime. For the last 3 days, I've been trying to finish that video, because why not? And I'm at the very end of it. Maybe asking yourself, why the hell am I doing this? And the better question is, why not? That is the quote of the day, okay? Why not when you can? Quote, Biddly Boom Bing. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, wheels. But no matter what, you should never stop moving. I think of that quote every day, like, never stop moving. So I think people, like people who are dramatic, like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get up from this, right? Well, if you have that attitude, you're not. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear you broke your leg, right? But if you just stop right there, like, okay, that's a bad example. If something really bad happened to you, you can't just stop the, like, especially when you're in, like, your youngin's life, right? When you're, like, okay, like, if you're 13 years old, you had a break, you'd be like, I'm depressed now, blah, blah, blah. There's no point in doing that jack shit. There's just no point. I'm not saying it's stupid, okay? I get your reasoning. I've never been in a breakup. I don't know what it's like. But also, don't stop there. You shouldn't, cause, like, I have an old friend. I'm not gonna say his name, obviously. Jonathan, you may know him, if he's still watching stream. But I have an old friend who threatened to kill himself because, like, he had a breakup. I'm like, no, you can't do that, right? So, like, you hear about the... I saw that, yeah. Anyways, but, like, this dude, he's like, I might honestly end my life. In the short term, he never did. But, like, you never want to stop moving if something bad happens. Always keep moving. Like, there might be some parts where you have to stop temporarily, but you should never stop permanently moving. Obviously, it would be insane if you just ended the road right there. You can stop for a bit, but you can't stop forever. I don't think I can say this part, but I've been through, like, really tough times in real life. I'm not gonna say it. Some people already know about it, but I'm not gonna say it on YouTube. Currently I'm going through a lot, but that's, like, one thing, like, obviously, everything that's happening to me, completely, it really sucks. And it's not anything school or, like, people, more or less, family related, going on for 2 years now. I'm gonna stop saying that right there, but basically, it sucks, it really sucks. And so, like, this situation sucks. I have had people trying to manipulate me, twist me, yada yada me. Like, I don't. It's not good. But wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be another one of these days. I'm just like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to do it anyways, right? So that's just one of the things. Like, if you're gonna have to do it anyways. It's not matter. Can't delay the future. It's gonna happen. So there's one thing you gotta learn to fight. Not physical, but like learning how to fight your emotions is hard. Like, cause like it sucks. Well, where I'm at right now, I'm not gonna say any more than that. But cause like anytime I'm like, oh shit, I have to do this today. Not like work, but I'm gonna get screamed and yelled at. Not cause like I'm not in trouble, but because I can't say anymore. But then yeah, and so that's super fun. Obviously, I can't be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this today. I have to do it. So one of the things I like to do is fight back. Like, if someone starts screaming at me for no reason, I've just learned, like, they got no reason to scream at me. I'm not going to scream back, but I'm going to try to defend myself. So instead of, like, yelling, escalating the situation, I attempt to try to cure them with fucking knowledge. That sounds stupid as hell. But instead of being like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, blah, 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 I'm also like, listen, I'm right, but it's not for this stupid reason. This is why. I try to tell them exactly why. And instead of just saying stupid stuff like, it's because I am. I actually try to tell people why I am and stuff like that, so. Hello there. Hello, welcome. Anyways, so, that's fun. I have an older brother recently, right? I don't want to say too much about him, but I will say recently, he threw me into, like, his computer, and then immediately, instead of, like, being like, oh my god, what just happened, or something, right? Because, I won't say the whole story, but I'll just say one part. He completely threw me into his computer, and then when it broke, he somehow blamed that on me. Which is fucking crazy. Obviously, his computer completely broke. Not saying that's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. But it's not like he's like, oh my god, like, what the hell? Like, he didn't even, like, react. He's like, it's crazy, dude. He's like, holy shit, he didn't even try to fix it. He didn't try to, the first thing he did, his first instinct was trying to blame the situation on me. The entire thing. And honestly, I've just learned to deal with them. The entire situation. I'm not gonna say what. Maybe I will one day. Most likely not. But this whole thing's been going on for 2 years now. And so at this point, I am just sick of it. Like, I'm just sick of it. At the beginning of the situation, I'm like, oh no, this and that. Now, I'm just like, fuck this. So. Sorry, by the way, but like, yeah. Point I'm trying to make is that there might be some really shitty times in your life, like me right now, but you can't just stop on the road. You can't just finish right there. You can't, like, this is the end of my life. You can't just be like, I'm not gonna do this today or something like that. You just gotta stand strong, defend, not attack, defend. Not physically defending, like you're pushing or whatever, you're like bad-mouthing someone by defending. No, I'm saying with, like, facts, evidence, things that are real. Not manipulation, but, like, if you're innocent, and you know you're innocent, and someone's like, you're not, you can't be like, yeah, I'm not. No, you gotta really be like, I am not. Here is why. Not, like, I am not, and start screaming, like, be calm, be like, I'm not, here is why, blah, blah, blah. That's one of the things, one of the things I've learned in the past year about manipulation, ways to, like, you gotta disarm them. If they're trying to back you up into a corner, not, like, physically, but, like, they'll take one of your words and they'll twist it a little bit. So, like, let's say, hypothetically, right, something happened on a bike, you're telling them a story. It's a cool story, like, let's say you just jumped into a store. Something happened, right? You're like, hey, look, this dude gave me $10, right? That's cool. But then, someone who, like, manipulation, or gaslighting, or whatever you want to call it, you can say the story, it'll be like, say that again, but they'll take one of the words and they'll twist it a bit, right? So when you're like, wait, the person didn't give you $10, you took it. You're like, no. And then they'll keep twisting words again and again until you start thinking, wait, I got the story wrong, they have it right. And then you start feeling guilty for yourself, they start feeling better. That's narcissism. And it's making someone feel worse to make yourself feel better. That is narcissism. And it is a terrible thing. I know, actually, most people watching this do not give two craps. No, wait, Jonathan, this does not relate to you at all. I'm just saying what this is. But manipulation and gaslighting, most people, they don't know how to get out of. Most people are like, oh my god. Actually, most people don't even know that they're being manipulated. Like, most people could be like, they might not even know I'm being manipulated, or they might not even know they're being gaslighted, right? But you gotta spot these out. This has been happening to me for around 2 years, and actually not even 2 years, maybe just a year now, and because the whole thing has been happening for 2 years, and I stopped being manipulated after the first year. Reason being is because I found out, like, really what it was, took a step back, I'm like, oh my god, I'm being manipulated, and I just, that week when I figured it out, it was like, who is, who isn't, what do I do, right? So, that was that whole thing, which sucked for a while. Yeah. So, gaslighting, manipulation, it's a terrible thing. I'm not saying, I'm not projecting this onto anyone. I'm not going to say what's actually been happening, right? Obviously. But I will say that people who manipulate and gaslight, they know they're, like, people who manipulate, gaslight, and are narcissistic are completely aware of themselves doing it, right? But it can get to the point where they start believing their own lies, completely rewriting their own history. And I'm not just saying this as some folk tale. This is a real thing that happens to people all around the world. People get manipulated, they have lies to them, and those people that manipulate them start believing their own lies, and they start rewriting their own history. And this keeps on happening again and again, and eventually it just gets to the point where when the person who's getting manipulated takes a step back and realizes apparently the person who's manipulating thinks they're in the wrong, and it turns into a bomb. Not literally, but like things start blowing up, things start getting heated, and eventually one thing leads to another, something terrible happens. Not saying like a murder, but I'm saying something terrible, like, I'm gonna stop right there because examples and shit, but there's a lot that can happen if you can if you can disarm a manipulator, not like disarm someone like oh, you have a knife, I'm gonna no, if you can corner a manipulator and you're like, you're manipulating me and it's not gonna work on me, and if you can get them in that position where they know that it won't work on them, or like it won't work on you, if you can get them in that spot, that's not like a goal. I'm not gonna say something like, yes, that's your time to strike. No, nothing like that. That is not your time for payback or whatever. That's your time, like, whenever that happens, right? That is when, I guess, they get scared and they say something super ridiculous. Could be anything. And then that person will start saying ridiculous things, and then one thing leads to another. Most likely someone leaves, or another person leaves, or heated argument. It's either someone leaves or it's a super heated argument. It's one of those two. And eventually one thing leads to another, and then one thing leads to another, and eventually both of those people hate each other, okay? I'm sorry, not both. One of the one person hates each other. Why not both? Because the manipulated person the very next day will act like none of that happened the night before or the day before. The very next day, the other person will remember all of it. The manipulated person, because at that point they're basically crazy, they will either act like it never happened, which is also terrible, or just not remember any of it in general. This could also just be of drugs and abuse like that, which is, again, a terrible thing. I don't think anyone should ever have to go through that either, too. Which is, again, terrible that people have to go through that. It's not just adults, but it can also be kids, teens, whoever. So, yeah. It doesn't have to be just... It's not just this happening to adults. It's happening to everyone, right? It could be happening to not people like, oh, it's vulnerable people. People who can be taken advantage of. People who act like they're your best friend, but they aren't. They want something out of you. Now, what is that something? I can't tell you that. That one thing you have to find out on your own. But that one thing they want is that the moment they get it, they will ditch you. They do not care about you anymore. The moment they find it. The moment they get whatever they want is just, boom, you don't exist in their life anymore. They were using you for whatever they wanted. And now that they have it, they don't need you anymore. And they'll just throw you out like a piece of trash. Sorry, I'm getting carried away, but yeah. It's a sad place. I'm disappointed people even do this too. So much so that, like, if you've seen any of my recent shorts or TikToks or whatever, you would know that I make plushies. And I make plushies for one reason, and it's not like a reason for, like, it's a hobby of mine. It's how I cope, really. Making my own creations. Actually, this entire channel, everything you're looking at right now, the live stream, my plushies, everything, I only make this stuff to cope. I don't really, like, yes, I do make it because I enjoy it. Like these two what the hell? Like, these two people right here on my screen, the paperclip and this human dude, both of them I made because they're related to me. Every color represents something else. Not like emotions, like inside out. But like, I don't get super in depth into it, but every color has a different meaning. You can kind of guess what gray means, but it basically means like disappointment, sorrow, shit like that. And then you can see that like only my humanoid version has that. Eyes are crossed. They're like circular, right? Which basically means, like, you're always, like, this could just be me. Maybe it doesn't actually mean what it is. But for my, at least, OC, humanoid, I guess, really, it just means they're being manipulated. The eye cross means you're dizzy, you don't know what you're seeing, and you don't know what's about to happen. And the blackness means you're empty, you have, like, you can't see in front of you, basically. But there's a crack in his head. And there's, like, these little things. The crack means you're breaking through it. You can kind of see, you're starting to see more and more. And the tentacles, or I guess hairline, or whatever you want to call them, these things kind of mean, like, you're spreading out, you're backing up, kind of. Like, no matter where he looks, like, he could look in this direction, right? And his hair will be backing up, going the opposite direction. Which means, like, you're backing up, you're looking at everything. So that's kind of what the head means. And then the pencil and the paper, you can kind of get it, because, like, drawing and stuff. And you might realize something, too. Like, my humanoid has this black part, right? And then this person has the limbs as black. You could make the limbs, I don't know, white. And it would not change anything. The limbs on here are just for decoration, at least on my, or like the black parts on my object Sona, they don't mean anything, but you can kind of tell. Actually, I can even show you too. if I go to here, it's one specific video. Crafty Clip tries cooking. I guess 2 specific videos. That one, and then also this one, the little fella video, where it goes left, right, I'm not gonna play because copyright, but it goes left, right, go. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because copyright. But I don't think I've said this, but maybe I have. Me, I guess like physical, like IRL me. Most people's objects represent them. And I'll get to gold banana in a bit too, right? About that too. But like my object Sona and me are completely different people, or I guess supposed to be. That's why in some shorts he's super happy. I don't win in that. What? Anyways, so basically we're different people. And then my humanoid one's supposed to actually represent me. So this is a completely different like person. This isn't me. It represents me, but it isn't me. This one is me. Can you see, like, obviously they look similar, but there's also key differences too. Like, again, the head, that I just talked about that too. But like this, he's not ever sad, too. He is out there enjoying life, going left, right, go and stuff. That actually is too why he's right here too. I guess for you guys, bottom left corner, on the stream. So, let me give him eyes real quick. Whenever that happens too, like, basically what this means is that, again, like, I doodle, I make all my stuff, not for I mean, I do make it, I enjoy it, but I also make it for another reason. It's a reason to cope, a reason to feel me. For a long time, I was like a puppet on strings. I was having to, like, how do I explain this in a matter? I was like someone you could easily grab and throw, and I would be like, oh yeah, this is normal. I was like a puppet on strings. You could control me in any little bit way. Nowadays, I'm not saying this to be like a cringe. I'm more independent-ish. More let free. I'm not really focused. I don't tend to focus on the things, or on like everything I'm mentioning. When I do come to it though, it sucks. I don't love talking about it, but I can get super deep into it if I need to. Which I guess isn't super duper annoying, but yeah. Anyways, though, so yeah, there's also a lot of stuff too, extra stuff. Golden banana too, like, I know a lot of people love the series, and when I canceled it, or not canceled it, but when I stopped making it, I had my reasoning. I told people was 2 things. Number 1 was that it was copyrighted content. Yes, that is true. I did not make any of the characters. Or I made them, right? I made the characters. I made every single one of the characters, but I didn't actually make their models. Except for the host and Borgor. Me and a friend made those. Everyone else, though, they're just colored reskins. I'm saying it now. Everyone else is colored reskin. Except for Cyan, because legs and stuff. But other than those 3 things, everyone else is just a retexture with just slap-on personality. That's it. And so I tried to say something in that show. I never really got a message out in the show. I guess if you had to say one, it's that keep your promises, really, if you think about it, right? The dude, he promised a golden banana. He never got or gave it in the end, because he never had it. Keep your promises. Make sure you actually have them. Don't try to rewrite history, or don't try to change subjects. You can even kind of see it in one of his voice lines. He's like, don't, or in Cyan even caught it too. One of the things was, host went, what, who told you that? And then Cyan went, don't try to change the question. So host was even trying to get him off of the topic, right, to change it, and not to like be like, oh, talk about something else, because I'm sure he did not want that. He wanted to completely forget about it, rewrite history, yada yada. And so Cyan quickly caught that too. And then with Borgor too, the host was also overprotective. Oh, what the hell? The host was overprotective of the show, like really overprotective. That's why even when Borgor tried to steal it, like that whole fight thing happened too. And then in a deleted scene, or not really deleted, in the remaster I deleted it, but yeah, actually, yeah, it's deleted now. But in, I guess, a scrap, or not scrap, but in an older scene of episode 11, Borgor said, what did you ever gain from the show? I obviously removed this too, because this is when the host was not touched, but like, felt something like a sense of danger to, like, oh my god, he's been caught. He didn't gain anything from the show. He only gained, like, honestly, nothing. He gained nothing. So when he asked that, like, he's like, oh my god. And then so that, right, another reason I didn't want to continue Golden Banana was also I made it like a year ago now. I think a year ago, like maybe a few months ago, or that's when it ran for like 4 months ish. Ended a long time ago, or production ended. I've never really wanted to continue. I never plan on continuing it. Okay, I'm sorry to those 5 fans. I don't want to continue it. I really don't. Because people are like, oh my god, this and that. Kind of like with my arts and stuff, it's a way to sew and just get away, if that makes sense. I don't want to be the dude who's like, I don't want to, like, I want to do this for one reason and one reason only. No, I do things to cope and get away. I think I just said that. Whatever, right? Like, every single thing. My entire YouTube channel, I'm pretty, because I'm not going to say who. Recently, I ended my complete, like, I just, blip, I don't want to talk to them anymore. Not because I found me out, no, I don't manipulate people. Not because I'm saying, like, oh, I'm insane or something, no. I'm aware of manipulation, I don't manipulate people. I'm not saying this to defend myself, I don't, because I'm not a fucking crazy person. But I know someone who tried to manipulate me, blackmail me, and was not a fun time. It sucked, honestly. I'm gonna say it right here now. I don't like that. I never want to go back to them. And this I'm not gonna say their name, obviously, because they tried to manipulate me and blackmail me. Everything I'm telling you, by the way, everything I'm saying on this live stream, yeah, I told him, but I also told him the private information parts that I couldn't tell you guys, because alright, I'll stop it there, but, like, yes. There were very certain sections where I told him, and he blackmailed me with, he says, like, give me this, or I will threaten to release this to the public. I did not want that. I don't think that would have actually reached anyone. In retrospect, that would not have reached anyone. I don't think anyone would have cared. At the time, that terrified me half to death, okay? I did not want to, like, have people expose that. So he had this way. You can transfer Robux to real money on Roblox. So he had me send him, like, 200 Robux, or, like, not two, like, 400 Robux, which would convert to, like, $5 USD. And so, a little after that, when I deleted all the messages, he had screenshots, which I'm hoping are deleted now. I don't know if they are or aren't. But, yeah, no, that sucked. And then I cut contact with him. And then I even at one point, he had been trying to, like, blackmail me again. I just refused, and did he release the information? No. So, am I scared? Yes. I'm terrified of the things people can do. People are awful. Like, okay, that sounds stupid. Everything that people do in life, no one has ever had a good reason for manipulating one another. No one. There's never been a good reason to manipulate someone. not to get something, not to do this or that. There's never been a actually good reason. Never. Never ever has there been a good reason. And the fact that people can just pop up and say, hey, look, I'm gonna do this if you don't do this for me, right? No, that has never happened ever. And sorry, it has happened, not for a good reason. And I don't think people should be allowed to do that. I'm not saying it should be illegal, like, but I do think it's fucked up, like incredibly fucked up that people do that. And I don't. If you can take one thing from this live stream, it is that I'm not gonna say feel sorry for me. Trust me, I'm tired of this too, but I don't really care. I'm just trying to deal with it at this point. But if you can take one thing from this live stream, it is that every once in a while, no, I'm not saying like physically take a step back. Just when someone asks you to do something, think like, are they using me? Not like, oh, I want you to turn off this light, or hey, can you just like move this to that? No, not like that. Like they're using you to gain something out of you, leaving you like they want one big thing out of you. They aren't using you because they want to be your friend or whatever. So every once in a while, take a step back and be like, whoa, like. For example, if they're pretending to be your friend, and they're really good at it, too, if they're like, hey, do this with me, and if they still do, if they decide not to, like, my friend, right, like, it's like, hey, let's do this, right, I'm like, no, I don't really want to do this, okay, and then he tried to get me to do other things, too, nothing bad, right, like, nothing inappropriate, but anytime I said no, he would not want to do it, and he would keep on pushing, and the moment I wanted to do something, he would want to do it, too. Which, I'm not saying that's, like, him following me, but I'm saying that's a way to deceive me, too. Because he's like, okay, he likes this. I can deceive him with this next time. So the next time we do whatever it was, he can be like, hey, let's do this part instead different. And then he can keep on taking this information and be like, okay, wait, we didn't do that part. We did this part today. I'm like, maybe we did. We didn't do that part that day. We did a different part. This might all sound super confusing, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go back and recite this all, because, frankly, I don't really like talking about this a lot, but I'm going to say it anyways. What I'm trying to make is that people, I'm going to say this for the billionth time, people suck. So there's one final thing, I'm actually probably going to end live pretty soon enough. If there's one final thing you can take from stream, it is that maybe not everyone is your greatest friend. Maybe they might be your best friend, and maybe you think they are. Maybe once in a while, just take a step back and just think, like, are they using me? Maybe. Like, think about, like, okay, like, I remember we went here, he kept on asking me to do shit for him, and what did I gain out of it? I think I don't know if I'm this person's friend or not. Maybe I am. And then think about manipulation, how people do it. And then when someone asks you a question, or like, basically people can manipulate you in the easiest ways, because the moment you start being manipulated, you think, oh, I'm this person's friend, and this and that. You don't realize you're being manipulated. No one has ever realized they're being manipulated until it's too late. So I may have gotten off topic on this stream. Yeah, like one view or two. I'm gonna say right now, if there's one thing you want to take away from stream, or one final thing before I go, please don't fall for traps like that. There's no point. Just, I know one of you or no one's listening. If you watch this in the future or whatever, take this. Don't fall for stupid little traps. Anyways, sayonara.